Welcome to SOCY 3050, the Sociology of Education. I'm Dr. Rob Cadle, and feel free to call me Dr. Cadle or just Rob. Rob is fine. This is the first of what I call videocast lectures, also known as vodcasts or video podcast, and we'll have one for pretty much each module we'll cover this term. Please note, with the change from eCollege to Canvas, I am using the words unit and module interchangeably. What we called units in eCollege are now called modules in Canvas. Each module in the course is pretty straightforward. Usually what you'll find is a video cast just like this, where I'll introduce the topics we'll cover in that module, plus there will be a discussion forum and a short quiz. You'll also find at the end of modules 3, 5, and 8 that there are essays/presentation assignments due. You can read more about those by clicking on the assignments page, but basically, after every few modules, you'll have a list of several questions, and you'll pick one of those questions and answer it. Sometimes there's a bit of confusion that you have to answer all of the questions listed in that module, so let me clear that up now. Just pick one question for each assignment. Your final grade consists of these 3 essays or video presentations, participation in the discussion forums, and the quizzes. So make sure you put your heart and soul into each of those if you want to earn a good grade in the course. You can get more information on grading specifics as well as course and college policies and the course schedule by clicking on the syllabus link. So if you haven't already gone through the syllabus, let me strongly encourage you to do that as soon as you finish watching this video. You'll want to make sure that you're fully aware of the policies on late work and on academic honesty. I use plagiarism detection software to check what you write, for example, your essays, and if you cheat, I'll find out about it. Let me warn you right here that I will not tolerate plagiarism. Every term, there's some student who thinks they can get away with it, and every term they get caught. So don't even try to cheat in this course. If you don't understand what plagiarism is yet, that's fine. We're going to cover that during this first module of the course. And lastly, before we go on, you may be wondering about the quizzes and whether or not they are open book. Yes, the quizzes are open book and open note, so it's not cheating to have your book available when taking those quizzes. Use the book. Cite your references from the book. Just don't copy answers or essays or discussion posts straight out of the book. If you copy straight out of the book, that's cheating, that's plagiarism, and you'll get a 0. Okay, so enough of the tough talk. Let's get into this first module's material. This week we're reading Chapter 1 in Ballantine and Hammock's The Sociology of Education, a Systematic Analysis. We'll also read information on research methods commonly used in sociological studies, as well as information on plagiarism, what it is, and how to avoid it. Here are some high points you'll want to be aware of from Chapter 1. First, obviously, there is a lot of introductory material here. The first several pages of the chapter talk about the key stakeholders in education, namely teachers and administrators, students, parents, and in general, taxpayers, because they pay for public education and for a lot of private education too, you might be surprised to know. So be aware of the roles of those groups and what they play in education. Take a look at box 1.1. There are some great examples of the types of questions that sociologists of education ask. So get an idea there of what exactly it is that we'll really study on a regular basis. You'll also find a bit in the next several pages about applied sociology, which is basically how some sociologists use theory and research to help folks understand sociological issues in education and make changes to educational systems. We'll see a number of examples of this throughout the book. Then you'll see several pages on theoretical approaches to the sociology of education. These may seem dry or boring, but I promise you they are very important. These different theories, such as functionalism, conflict theory, and symbolic interactionism, appear throughout the book and on the quizzes and in the essay questions. So make sure you're up to speed on the theoretical material. Lastly, pay close attention to the open systems approach that Ballantine and Hammock describe. This is their system for understanding the sociology of education as a whole, for incorporating the different theories just discussed, and for organizing all the information in the book, really. So that's it for me in this module. A lot to cover. I would encourage you to stop by the introductory discussion forum in the course. You'll have a chance to introduce yourself and learn a bit about others in the course, and there's some extra credit to be earned there too, if you post before the end of the drop-add period. Then head on over to the first module's discussion forum, and I'll see you there.